And I, my dream was to use arts as a way to connect people, connect cultures, and use the arts to kind of promote the SDGs. And how basically Teen Stream kind of helped me with that. Right now, fast forward so many years, right now I have my own arts entertainment company using that to connect borders between different cultures such as China, America, and using the arts for change making. So thank you, Linda, for that. And I really, really appreciate all those opportunities, such as the Earth Optimism Summit. I really appreciate all the different steps that and the tools that TeenStream gave me to be able to now be in a field that I wanted to be in and also use that to make the change that I want to see in the world. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon. Aiden and I are so excited to be able to travel here to showcase this impact and of Teen Stream and this amazing organization over the past years. But before we get started, please join us in welcoming Linda. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sophia and Aiden. Aiden came down from Pennsylvania and Sophia came from China, actually California on her, anyways. So I have just a little business. We have about 35 people on Zoom from all over the world with us today. So welcome to all of you too. I hope that's working. Star is running that from South Africa. For those of you that are speaking, just try to come up just because we have a very packed program and try to be at the front so that we don't waste time with travel to the podium. Okay, so before we begin with any program, most importantly, I am just flabbergasted looking back 10 years and having this luxury of really diving down into what we've done over the last 10 years, which has been really wonderful. I want you to stay through the program. We're going to try to make it within the hour and a half so that you've got a full hour to enjoy food from Lebanese taverna and drinks and mingle. And I really hope you talk to all our teens. So I wanted to just start with thank yous because this organization would not exist without a zillion people helping. But first and foremost, I want to thank all the teens because that's the reason we do what we do at the CoLab. And we're so proud of them. We're excited about what you all will become, and obviously you can see the direction that you will be headed. And you're just working so hard to make the world stronger for all the values that we share. The values of celebrating diversity and equality, values of fighting for a healthy and sustainable planet, and ensuring that we collaborate to make a future that is peaceful and prosperous for all of us. So I'm really excited to share that our original team co-creators are here. I hope Asia's here and Charisse, not yet. Okay. So Jackie, raise your hand. Way back here is my daughter. And Jackie and her good friend, Asia, and their friend Theo, Teddy, they helped create Teen Stream in 2014 with Aiden and with a number of other people that are here. And I'm just grateful to them. Don, raise your hand. Don was there at the very beginning. Don Gingloff, he's our judging guru. Harvey and Charisse Nunez, John Hanachek, so many that were there at the very beginning. So we couldn't have done this without you. We can't do it without amazing interns, fellows, board members, advisors, all of that, mentors. Star's here from South Africa online. Kate is here from Vermont. Yesenia is here from Puerto Rico. Maya's here from DC, Melissa from Baltimore, and Kayla, Barron, and Dave are online. So thank you all. And our former staff folks, which I've heard from a lot in the last couple of weeks. So we also want to thank our board members, Hurriyet. You're supposed to be at this table, Hurriyet, but he's way back there. Yes. Okay, taking photos. Hurriyet and Charisse and Patricia and John Hanachek and myself. Thank you to the board, and a special thanks to John and Sharice for helping to launch the collab and to be on our board. And I'm extremely excited to thank two people that are going to be stepping up to the board. One is Teen, which I'll announce later, and the second is Anne. Anne, where are you? Anne is our other video person, and she'll be joining our board as well. Thank you to our amazing mentors. I think you'll see in the impact report, if you'll pass that around on your table, there's 2 copies of the impact report. We just published them, got them yesterday. So we're glad to get them in time. And our mentors are highlighted here, but let's raise your hand if you're a mentor. Christy, Jessica, we've got Maya and Vicky. Yeah, okay. And we have a number online. So, and then of course, we have amazing donors. And this is a little embarrassing to me in the sense that for 10 years, I've been going to family and friends to ask for money. But they've been there for us for many, many years. And I'm just grateful to the individual donors. And of course, to the other donors, we have had a couple corporate supporters, Amazon and Red Hat, thank you, Mark, and a few others, but really have depended a lot on individual donations, which we're trying to get away from. Believe me, we're working hard for foundation money. But I just want to say thank you to particularly, I want to special thanks to Patricia and Pierre Trapanese, who Pierre's here. And Patricia would be here. She's a board member. She's online. She's just had surgery. So, but thank you so much for your generous donation, and to Jennifer Harrison and Mike Fulton, who have helped also with a very generous contribution to help launch a climate campaign. Thank you to the Community Foundation of Northern Virginia. I'm supposed to mention these people, of course, at the podium here. So I'm going to keep going. Nancy Donaldson, raise your hand. Nancy is our fundraising advisor. She's the one that tells me I need to ask people for money, Linda. So thank you, Nancy, for giving me that courage. To Mark Bohannon, where's Mark? For hosting an incredibly lovely reception at your home at the Watergate for our donors, Mark. Thank you. And to all the other folks that have donated over the years, and particularly to my husband, who has not only supported us financially over the years, but my wonderful kids, Jackie and Josh. And I couldn't do this without my family. So thank you. Okay, we're coming to the end. So finally, I want to say thank you to the partners. Our partners, we work really hard to collaborate, not compete, to try to find ways where we don't duplicate what other folks are doing, and figure out how we can work together. So Digital Promise is here. I think Elise, are you here? Elise, I think Elise is coming, but we have Digital Promise, UNA, NCA, that's been very, very helpful and supportive. LearnServe International, George Washington University Planet Forward is helping us launch our video competition. I know Rachel Carson Council is here. Raise your hand. Yeah, hello. And many others. Turkish American TV has been our long-standing partner. I know we have some folks here, including Hurriyet in the back, who directs Turkish American TV. And I'm really honored that one of our really very special partners is the Smithsonian. We worked with them for 5 years. And Brian, can you come up wherever you are? Yes. So Brian is my partner at the Smithsonian, and I'm super excited that you're here today to say.
Me too.
I'm gonna leave this. Need it somewhere. So by the way, if you're speaking and you're looking for your talking points, they're here on this page somewhere. There.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brian Coyle, as Linda said, and I'm super excited to be here. It's great to see so many memories that I have of working with the collabs here in the hallway with the Earth Optimism Summit, and just the energy that the collab brings to everything that I've been involved with. And so I've been at the Smithsonian for some time. I've had a number of different roles. I'm currently the executive officer at the Environmental Research Center, but previously I was really working across the Smithsonian to try to make big things happen and bring together good ideas and bring them to action. And so in 2017, I first met Linda and was introduced to the collabs when I was one of the lead organizers for a program that we had called the Earth Optimism and Conservation Commons program. And so we were creating this 3-day summit to bring together the best minds from around the world, activists, environmental scientists, government leaders, artists, and young people. And they were going to share their stories about conservation successes and solutions. And it was really just a fantastic thing. And we knew that youth are always the engine of change and of progress. And so that had to be a centerpiece of what we were doing. And so that's when I connected with Linda and with the collabs, because of what they were doing was just exactly what we wanted. They were action oriented, which is what we need, not talk, but action. And so they became part of this summit, this 3-day summit, which in my 13 years at the Smithsonian has been the best thing that I've been a part of. And of that summit, I would say that certainly nothing was better than what we did with the collabs, bringing together young people with subject matter experts from all different disciplines at the Smithsonian to work on projects. And then also we had J.O., who was one of the Teens Dream winners from England, who created this wonderful song about the sustainability goals, and he came and performed there. And really, I think that's a highlight that everybody that was at that summit is going to remember. And it was truly inspiring. And from that, we built a multi-year relationship, had a number of grants from the Smithsonian. We started the Eco-Teen Action Network. And so we continued to work on projects from climate and plastics and hunger and so on. And it was really one of the highlights of my career, and being able to work with young people like that to like inspire me. And still now, even though I've moved on to a different position, I'm contacted regularly by colleagues from around the Smithsonian, just remembering how great that was and asking for my advice to consult about how to engage with young people in a meaningful way to make change. And so I want to thank the collabs and everybody that I worked with, and all the young people especially. I hope to see some of them from back in the days when I was working closely with them today. But thank you all for being so supportive of the collabs. It's so important, and I think it's really just a wonderful model. I hope that we see this just grow and more and more and more.
Thank you, Brian. And Brian now heads up CERC. CERC, can you tell us what CERC stands for?
The Environmental Research Center, the ecology center that's focused on coastal sustainability.
And it's out on the Eastern Shore, and it's beautiful. So you should go visit. Okay. Thank you so much, Brian. Okay. So next slide. What is the collab? I think you all know, but our mission is to build a global network of teens from all over the world, meeting every week to work on global challenges with like-minded teens and mentors, and to give them networks and funding and resources so that they can be the best they can be. And so we work to build their skills base. We work to help them grow their confidence. We build leaders, teen leaders that have passion, resilience, and drive. So collab teens become global leaders and change makers. And I've heard from many of them in the last number of weeks. Wherever they take their jobs, they are addressing the values that we exhibit at the collab and that we hold dear. So we do this by educating them about the global challenges, using the Sustainable Development Goals as a very helpful framework. Thank you to the United Nations. Almost every global challenge falls under one of those 17 goals. Yes. So teens learn about the global challenges by familiarizing themselves with the SDGs, and then they submit to our global video challenge. So we are in our 12th year of the video challenge right now. Teens then act on global challenges every week in virtual Zoom rooms that they lead. Everything we do is led by teens. So we have 9 hubs now, and you'll hear about them today, and the teens are here talking about them during the reception. Teens then advocate on these global challenges at the UN High-Level Political Forum in New York, where the member countries of the world come together every year to assess status on the SDGs. So teens learn leadership, project management skills. They build networks with like-minded organizations. They gain confidence to ask questions, build self-esteem, and they learn about other cultures, working weekly alongside other teams from across the world. Our skills training takes place monthly in all of our all-hands meetings. So every month we have a meeting where all our hubsters come together, and they meet with their mentors, and they learn a skill every month. We've had 25 skills sessions that are on our website under skills training for anyone to see. We put the recordings up there. So, okay. Now that you understand our programming, I'm here to talk. Well, I'm not here to talk about this. I'm here to ask Aiden to come up and talk about our video contest. And Aiden, as he said, launched our first website. And we had 50 teens that first year submit. And we were so excited when the 13-year-old boy from Australia submitted the first video. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I think we're actually going to take 2 seconds for some people to come in. So. Yep. 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 Sorry. Give us 2 seconds, folks.
You're over there. Okay, Asia. Okay. So Grace, Barbie, Asia, and that's just I already talked about. We're tight, folks. We're tight. We're excited that we're tight.
Well, cool. Thank you so much, Linda. So funnily enough, I was one of our judges for the first couple years of Teen Stream. So we got to see all sorts of really entertaining videos while everyone was trying to figure out exactly what they were trying to target. So it was really cool. But for those who are interested, I'd love to encourage people to check out teenstreamcollab.org to make sure to check out all of our SDG hubs. So one of our first winners, which was Jo. So he's a rapper from London. So this was a really cool project to see. So we flew him out as we did pre-COVID, is to bring everybody to DC. So we got everybody together. We did all of the walk the mall, saw all the fun things. And then we were actually able to connect him again with the Smithsonian to come back for the Earth Optimism Summit and have him perform a rap he made about the UN's SDGs. For actually, it was over 600 policymakers, which was it was a really wonderful event. I think next up we are going to show his video.
Yeah. One, no more poverty in the streets. Let's open our hands, give, not receive. Two, zero hunger. I believe there's enough food in the world that everyone can eat. Three, good health and well-being. Sometimes people can't afford the medication they need it. Four, quality education in all nations. Letting textbook help guide young generations. Five, gender equality. Whether we're male or female, we should not be treated differently. Six, clean water and sanitation. Let's get rid of the diseases with a simple donation. Seven, affordable clean energy for the people less fortunate than me. Spark a light for them to see. Eight, decent work and economic growth. Could you work 9 to 5 without money off your own? Nine, industry innovation and infrastructure. Keep on building, don't stop creating. One day we'll help each other. 10, reduce inequalities. You gotta be given the same chance when applying for employment. 11, sustainable cities and communities. We all deserve a roof over our heads. We need some unity. 12, responsible production and consumption, so don't let our eyes get bigger than our stomachs, don't waste nothing. 13, climate action, be proactive, because all the CO2 that we're emitting is a bad thing. 14, life below water, get it in order, because we're killing all the fish with the oil that's being brought up. 15, life on land, let's understand the survival of the birds, trees are in our hands. 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. The people have the power to obtain a solution. 17, partnership with the goals. We all need each other when the road gets cold. I am a team with a dream, and with Team Stream, I believe I can achieve. Again, I am a team with a dream, and with Team Stream, I believe I can achieve. Again, I am a team with a dream, and with Team Stream, I did achieve. Yeah, and so I'm wishing everyone the best of luck in the 2016 Team Stream video contest. Remember, we all have a dream, and it's up to us as to whether we follow those dreams, we let them slide away. So I suggest we go follow our dreams. It's our time. Yeah.
That was really cool. It was really cool to get to see that produced and have it actually brought to fruition. So big shout out to Jo there. We also had a number of teachers who assigned this competition as a project every year. We'd love to give a big shout out to Christy Letter from Colorado, who assigned this to her students every year. And we're actually going to show one of her videos.
Hi, I'm Christy Letter from Lafayette, Colorado, and I'm here to talk about Teen Dreams. I'm here to talk about the competition. I'm here to talk about how my students have become change makers. This is my student, Emma. Emma made a video engaging with the UN Sustainability Goals because she really cared, and soon found herself a part of a hub, a leader of a hub, and flying to Washington, D.C. to be a part of making change. This changed her life. She wants to be in international relations. This is Rania, another one of my students who entered the video competition. Here she is. Here she is wanting to make a difference after a fire. She got to not only be part of a hub, but to make a movie, to make a documentary about youth voices and their power. Every year I have students enter this contest. Every year I have students engage so that they too can know that they can make a change and they can make a difference, no matter how young they are. This is how you become a change maker.
Perfect. I'd love to now introduce Hurriyet, the director of Turkish American TV and one of our media partners. Hurriyet.
Thanks, Aiden. Thank you so much, Sophia and Aiden. We are right now entering our 12th years of video challenge, and I have been honored to serve as the advisor and the judge for nearly all the competitions over the years. This year we have 11 winners. You're going to learn more about them, and with our grand prize winner, Isabella from Brazil, she's not here with us, receiving $1,000. We are so proud of all of them. Each will receive a certificate, and their winning videos are featured on our Teens Dream website. As Aiden mentioned, I am the producer of Turkish American TV, which is the media sponsor. And at TATV, we also recognize submitters who demonstrate exceptional video production quality through their videos that are, all of them are very well done, but exceptional quality ones. We award them TATV staff picks and honoring a few of them every year. We are especially excited that our second place winner, Natalia Moreno from Peru, is here with us today. Natalia's work has had a powerful educational impact in Peru. And thanks to her win, she has been able to expand that impact to other towns and villages. Natalia.
Hi, I'm Natalia, and I'm so glad to share with you our Libros Consentido project. We are committed to transforming lives through education. We are dedicated to promoting reading, quality education, and creating educational opportunities for low-income communities so that they can reach their full potential. We work primarily with SDG for quality education, but we also align our actions with SDG 10, Reduce Inequalities, and SDG 17, Partnerships to achieve the goals. At Libros Consentido, we believe education is the basis to break the cycle of poverty, and thus, it should be a right and not a privilege. But for many children in rural and low-income areas, access to quality education is limited. That's why we work to reduce these gaps and develop projects from multiple perspectives, from book donation campaigns to school reinforcement workshops, educational webinars with important speakers, and innovative projects like our virtual library, Tesoros Literarios, with over 270 books available offline. To keep the sustainability of these initiatives, we work hard with some allied institutions. Through the already mentioned initiatives and other ones, we started gaining recognition and making an impact within our community. But we aim to expand that impact and make it truly tangible. That's why we are building a physical library in Los Olivos, a low-income district in Lima, Peru. This space will be more than just a home for books. It will be a hub for knowledge, where children can have mentorships, participate in workshops, and grow together. To make this vision a reality, we count on a dedicated team of volunteers and the support of a community eager to help. We believe every book, every workshop, and every library is an opportunity to inspire and transform futures. Whether it is in a classroom, on a screen, or in a new physical space, our goal is always the same: to bring hope through education. Join us, because at Libros con Sentido, every page is an opportunity to change the world.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Natalia Moreno, and I'm super excited and grateful for being here today. Well, earlier this year, I got the opportunity to be selected as the second place winner of the Teen Stream SDG Video Challenge. And with the award of $500, I was able to do something that truly changed my perspective. I used it to donate more than 1350 books to children in low-income situations to 5 different regions in Peru that were Cusco, Arequipa, Puno, Junín, and San Martin. In total, 12 schools were benefited, and around 900 children were able to get access to this kind of educational materials and the mentorship activities we prepared. Another key thing is that around 22 people were involved, including ambassadors, volunteers, and parents. So we all joined our efforts and make this project a reality. In this way, my own youth-led non-profit organization called Libros con Sentido was able to grow its outreach and bring the joy of reading to more children in need. And this definitely was one of the most meaningful experiences I've ever had in my life. But to be honest, Global Collab didn't just give me funds, they gave me confidence and they trusted me. They reminded me that my voice matters and that with that support, young people can make an actual change. I also discovered that change starts with the small actions. So all I can say is thank you, Global Collab, for believing in young people like me and for giving us the chance to make a real impact. Thank you.
And thank you. And congratulations again to all the winners of this year's Teens Dream competition. Over the years, so many teens have participated in the contest and gone on to do incredible things. But our goal is not just celebrate their videos. We want them to continue their journey by joining our SDG hubs, which we will be talking about soon. Before we get to that, we would like to highlight one truly inspiring example. Arsha Mengal from Balochistan, Pakistan. She won the contest, joined several of our SDG hubs, and is now training over 1,000 young women across Pakistan on the SDGs. And she's only 16 years old.
16 years old from Balochistan, Pakistan. I belong to a region where girls are not allowed to get education. They're not allowed to dream. But I took a stand for myself. I took a stand for all the girls in my community. In 2022, I applied for the Teens Room competition, but I was not sure this competition will change my whole life. After the competition, I started joining the weekly meetings of Global Club, such as quality education, gender equality, climate change, and plastic pollution. And I won the plastic pickup competition 2 times, one in 2023 and in 2024. Global Club has helped me a lot. I met with the teams from all around the world, from India, USA, Turkey, and other parts of the world, and they have been very good friends with me. Global Club has built my confidence, has opened my eyes that small actions can change, make a big change. With the help of Global Club, I started awareness sessions in my community where we have empowered more than 1,000 students on the SDGs, climate change, good touch, and bad touch. And now those students who have been empowered by us, they are working in their communities, they are working as a leader, and they're trying to achieve SDGs. And once again, I would say Global Club has helped me to build myself, to take a stand for the others, because Global Club helped me to see small changes can make a big difference. And I would like to say Global Club is the best. Global Club is the way to improve yourself, to take action. Thank you.
Wonderful. To wrap up, for years, we used this video contest to help us discover and support global teen changemakers. This year, we are trying something new through a collaboration with George Washington University Planet Forward team. We are encouraging teens to create shorter videos, 60 to 90 seconds in vertical format, so they can be more easily shared on social media. Planet Forward is also offering workshops to help teens develop their storytelling skills and meet with journalists to learn how to amplify their messages. We're super excited about this collaboration, so please help us spread the word. Teens around the world have almost 3 months left to submit their short videos with the deadline set for January 25th. Now I'll turn it back to Sophia to kick off the US SDG Hub presentations.
Thank you. One moment. So as you heard, the Global Collab Network engages with teens globally to meet with mentors every week to learn about and act on the UN SDGs. I love engaging with the teen winners of the challenge when I was local, and I would meet with all of the winners and show them around DC and engage and help engage them with the SDG hubs. One moment. I always encouraged them to join the hubs, and where I led the arts hub with my co-ambassador Pablo from Mexico. We have now asked each of our 9 SDG hub teens and mentors to look back in time and share reflections on what their hubs have accomplished over the past. We will hear their short reflections from a representative of each hub, and I'll kick us off with the arts hub. So for the arts hub, one moment. One moment. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well, the arts, after I won the video competition, I became a co-creator of the Arts Hub, and I was very engaged up until I moved to China. So one of the things that we did was Triggered, which was a gun show for collaborating with Arlington Independent Media to talk about the gun violence. Especially during that time, it was very prominent, and there was a lot of gun violence in different high schools, and a lot of different people came and presented their arts. I made a song and performed a song. Some people who were in a bunch of different school shootings also did their spoken word poetry and a lot of other art medium to talk about the topic. The Arts Hub also engaged with the Earth Optimism Summit, which you already heard about Jo performing his song, and the Arts Hub also did a lot of different performances and collaborations with other hubs, such as the Plastics Hub, to host an event at the Smithsonian as well. These are just a few of the different things that the Arts Hub does, but the Arts Hub also supports SDG Goal 17, which is partnership for all of the goals. The Arts Hub, we use arts in our lives and as a medium to connect and to inspire others and to promote all of these different ideas and to make a change. So I will let Serena with the Plastics Hub talk about the Plastics Hub and what they've accomplished over the past year.
Sorry. Hello, everyone. My name is Serena, and I'm from Northern Virginia, so I'm pretty local. And I'm the team ambassador for the Plastics Oceans Hub. The Plastics Oceans Hub's mission is to take action towards reducing waste, which includes eliminating single-use plastics, especially in our oceans, improving recycling programs, and encouraging thoughtful consumption. Some of our past and projects include the Glow Box Initiative, in which we created sustainable to-go boxes as an alternative to single-use plastics, which was implemented in many local restaurants. It was also featured in the news. I think you can see there's a couple pictures up there. Another one of our projects is our annual and international plastic pick-out competition, which has been a part of the hub for 4 years. And our winners last year were from a team in Nigeria who picked up 237 bags of plastic waste in their community. So the effects of the plastic competition are worldwide and are super important in mitigating the effects of plastic pollution. Another project is our local proposals for change, which has been one of our recent projects in which we are encouraging sustainable action in our communities, such as implementing more recycling bins, and we are working on sending them out to our local city councils and city mayors. On top of the many webinars that the Plastics Hub has also hosted in the past, the Plastics Hub is currently working on the microplastics webinar, in which we are going to educate the public on the threat of microplastics and how harmful they can be on our planet, and also propose solutions on how to mitigate their effects. Thank you, everyone. And now I will turn it over to a video from the Peace Education Hub. Sorry, thank you.
Hi, everyone. We're the Turkish Teens for Peace Education Hub, a passionate team of students from Turkey working to promote peace and kindness around the world.
For the past few years, we've been learning, sharing, and taking action around SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. We joined international events like Globe Conference and the Munich International Conference on Peace and Education, ran school campaigns to spread kindness, and even became finalists in peace team video competitions.
We also created podcasts and webinars about SDGs 3, 4, and 16 because we believe education and health go hand in hand with peace.
This year, we're launching donation campaigns to support orphans in Turkey and students in Africa. Our mission is simple but powerful. Through peace, education, and kindness, we can make the world a better place to live.
Hi, everyone. My name is Aman Singh, and I'm one of the co-ambassadors for the Mental Health Hub. Our group focuses on inspiring, educating, and raising awareness about mental health and well-being. We meet weekly to work on an array of projects and initiatives. These include self-care newsletters, podcasts, and webinars. Most recently, we just finished up our 21-day Mental Health Hub social media challenge, where our participants would film a short clip every day and talk about how their mental health improved that day. This could be through a nature walk, meditation, going for a run, or reading a book. We also took a course through Yale on Coursera about the science behind well-being in teens. We plan to educate people about this through a webinar this winter. And lastly, we will continue a podcast that we made a couple years ago called the Be Kind to Your Mind podcast up there. And it will be mainly centered on ways and tips to improve mental health. Thank you, and I'll pass it off to Rizwan.
Hi everyone, I'm Rizwana and I'm a senior in Arlington, Virginia. I'm a co-ambassador or one of the co-ambassadors for the new Health Equity Hub. We focus on educating others on health issues within the community, creating projects that help underrepresented communities and lower developing countries. Some projects that we've worked on is we did this social media campaign on breast cancer. It was Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. So we did this project where we posted these on Instagram to inform people and educate people on breast cancer. And then we also published a newsletter or an article on spring allergies. So that's one of the projects that we do where we release monthly articles on different health issues. We hope to create innovations within healthcare in the future. Another project that we're currently trying to focus on is developing a children's book to educate kids on different health issues. So, yeah. And now I'm going to be turning this to Education Hub.
Hi, hope you're having a lovely evening. I'm Arush. I'm a high school senior from Jersey City, New Jersey, and I'm the senior teen ambassador of the Quality Education Hub. Now, in a time where close to 600 million people or students across the globe do not have access to basic literacy and math skills, quality education becomes important more than ever. And our team of dedicated change makers around the globe, from the United States to Turkey to Cameroon to South Africa, work to make education accessible and equitable for all. One of our most recent projects was the Quality Education Local Impact Essay, Quality Learning Local Impact Essay Contest, where we urge contestants aged 13 to 18 to make policy briefs relating a particular subtarget of SDG 4 for quality education to their local communities. We received responses, we graded them, and we sent it back to inform and improve their researching skills. Now, in the past, we've launched many different projects through our 10-year history. We've developed weekly podcasts, we've done college essay webinars, and we've also made SDG4 themed masks for COVID-19, among various other projects, and we'll continue to do so. And one of our future projects, in fact, is to create a centralized portfolio for special education and creating resources for special education that can be downloaded for free by parents and educators of special needs students and neurodivergent students. So the importance of education cannot be understated, and hopefully with our work at the Quality Education Hub, we can move ever so closer to an education that's sustainable and robust in the future. Thank you. If there's anything you want to see, you can come to the table and do so. Thank you very much. You'll now see a video from the Equality Hub. Thank you.
Welcome to the Equality Hub. My name is Caitlin, and this hub is focused on SDGs 5 and 10, gender equality and reducing inequalities. Today, we'll be going over some of our past and present projects.
First, we are going to talk about our implicit bias webinars. In the past, the Racial Justice Hub has created webinars to educate and help people identify their implicit biases, and we are currently in the process of updating it. Now I'm going to hand it off to Anna.
The Overheard and Equality Talk Voice podcast, we have tried to spark meaningful conversations on issues like gender equality and racial justice. We want to take action, spark change, and question injustice. Now, Diala is going to talk to us a little bit about the Arts Challenge.
The Racial Justice Art Challenge is about stopping the systems of power that oppress so many by highlighting the works of Black artists and creating a place where all people celebrate their identity.
Previously, the collab partnered with IMRA, the International Movement for Resilience, Authenticity, and Activism, fundraised over $2,000 to support 17 Ghanaian women to find education resources and tuition.
At the Equality Hub, every meeting ends with an educational moment where we spotlight an inequality issue, both global and local, to spark awareness and discussion. From exploring topics like Gen Z protests to examining USAID funding cuts, these moments help us connect world issues to our own communities and inspire actionable change.
Hi everyone, I'm Ambika and I'm the secretary of the Zero Hunger Hub. Anushka, who is an ambassador for the hub, is also here. So over the past 10 years, the Zero Hunger Hub has made tons of progress on our goals of eliminating hunger and food insecurity, advocating for sustainable practices, and becoming educated about food-related issues at all levels. We've made a profound impact with the Sodexo grant by planting a community garden in North Carolina and also implementing share tables right here in DC. We've also planted 2 other community gardens in Maryland and Virginia, and we hope to plant more in the states of each of our members. These gardens have given many who are food insecure in our communities the opportunity to have fresh produce and food. Every few months, we also host food drives in our communities, and with our Hearts for Hunger Valentine's Day food drive, we collected over 190 canned and non-perishable goods and received over $60 in donations. Looking to the future, we hope to reach our goals of donating over 50 pounds of produce, collecting and donating 1,000 cans, and holding over 10 food drives across the nation. Hopefully, our efforts will decrease food insecurity one step at a time. I'm now going to hand it over to Sibel with the Climate Hub.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sibel from Northern Virginia, and I'm a co-ambassador of the Climate Action and Wildlife Hub. The SDG that we primarily focus on is number 13, climate action, which is to take urgent action on climate change and its impacts. Over the past 10 years, we've worked on a variety of different projects, but some of the main ones include blogs, our COVID mask project, and webinars, including ones on greenwashing and eco-anxiety. And our most recent one was on eco-housing with over 30 attendees. We also have the Green Teens podcast, which captures real teen conversations on a variety of different topics related to climate. The Wildlife Hub has recently merged with the Climate Hub and has created a podcast called The Conservation Conversation. So currently, our main project, which we will be officially launching and going into greater detail today, is the Change Our Climate campaign. And I just want to say my work with the CoLab has been instrumental in shaping me to be the person who I am today, because it's allowed my passion for sustainability to blossom while being in a group of like-minded, action-oriented teens. So 2 years ago today, we had two amazing environmental leaders from Colorado reach out to the CoLab to encourage us to create a teen-led social media and website campaign to get people to change their behaviors on climate change. This intergenerational and global campaign, which we named Change Our Climate, harnesses the idea that if we get enough people to change at least one action for the well-being of the climate, it can make a collective impact. So here is a short video of our campaign.
Climate change, climate change, climate change.
The United Nations Secretary General says the world is heading for a catastrophe unless climate change is prioritized.
Hi there. We're a global collaborative of teen changemakers who believe that all of us can do something to change our climate before it changes us. We share content that promotes others to change their habits in order to make a difference. You can help us by taking the pledge in our website, the hashtag Change Our Climate. You can also tell your friends, or you can help us by sharing how you hashtag Change Our Climate, posting it, and sharing with us. Together, we can make a collective impact. I pledge. I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge. I pledge. I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge.
Hashtag Change Our
Climate. Today, we are officially launching our campaign. On our website, we showcase the more than 290 people globally who have taken the pledge so far. We hope you will pledge today to commit to change one of your daily habits to reduce your carbon footprint. For example, I myself have pledged to increasingly shop at secondhand stores. We also showcase our weekly Instagram Reels that we have been collectively posting that showcase actions that you can take to make an impact for the climate. So we invite all of you to join our efforts and take the pledge, and we encourage teens to post a hashtag Change Our Climate Reel or join a hub. And here is an example of one of our reels.
Did you know less than 30% of plastic bottles are actually recycled? This is why it's vital to be proactive in building sustainable habits, such as using a reusable water bottle. It's no secret that plastic pollution serves a major role in harming wildlife and disrupting ecosystems. But it's also important to consider the large amounts of greenhouse gases released in plastic production, specifically around 5.3% of global greenhouse gas emissions annually. By decreasing plastic consumption, we can significantly reduce multiple kinds of pollution. And if you're interested in doing more to help our climate, go to changeourclimate.org and sign the climate pledge today.
We are incredibly grateful to Jennifer Harrison and Mike Fulton for this vision and for the advice and financial support to help lead the campaign. With their support, we have been able to hire Yesenia Rivera and Miroslava Fisoon to lead our campaign starting today. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yesenia. I'm so grateful to be here. We are so proud of our teens at the Climate Hub and all the other hubs that are making a difference. And we're working in collaboration with Jennifer, but what would a campaign be without asking for help? So we ask you to please take out your phone, scan the QR code here so you can help us to make this movement. Really, we want to communicate that there's an urgency to change the way that we are doing things. So we hope that you will join us later you can access changeourclimate.org. And we hope that you will also share with us any partners that are interested in this work so that we can work in collaboration. That's really what our work is about. Thank you.
Okay, switching gears. So to another global challenge. When the Taliban took over Afghanistan tragically 3 years ago, we at the CoLab felt compelled to think about how we could do something with young people. And I was grateful to meet Esmat. Raise your hand, Esmat, who's here today. Esmat introduced me to Miriam Raid. At that time, Miriam was a Fulbright Fellow at Georgetown. And Miriam and I have launched a collab program that has now doubled in size from a small number of 20 women who were meeting every week to now over 65 women meeting weekly in 5 classes to learn English, all from Afghanistan. We are looking for teams globally to reinvigorate our weekly Afghan hub, as we have many mentors to support them, and we want them to focus on keeping the issue of Afghan women visible in the world and their needs. So I'm going to ask Miriam to share a few words about our program, and then she will be followed by Zara, who's a recent high school student going to school at William & Mary now, who has created a documentary and launched a new nonprofit. She too is from Afghanistan, and they will both share how we're working collaboratively to support young women in Afghanistan. So welcome, Miriam.
Thank you, Linda. Good evening, everyone. As mentioned, we now have more than 65 young women from Afghanistan who meet every week in 5 separate classes and learn English. These sessions are led by 5 dedicated volunteer ESL teachers, including amazing Monica, who is here with us now, right here. Monica, raise your hand, please. As Linda mentioned, through the generous funding provided by International Institute for Education, or IIE, we have been able to keep this program running and also provide monthly internet support for each student. So connectivity and economic hurdle never become a barrier to learning for these amazing women, and that we effectively leverage online space to support and empower resilient women of Afghanistan who are living under the Taliban gender apartheid regime. We have also launched TOEFL preparation program for these amazing students aiming to continue who are aiming to continue their education abroad and are actively seeking scholarships. Our vision is to build a sustainable learning network, one where Afghan women not only strengthen their English skills, but also gain confidence, professional connections, and hope for a better future. In that connection, I'm very delighted to have Zahra Rahimi with us here, a rising education advocate and educator herself from Afghanistan. Zahra will share more about her work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam John. As we all know, what's happening in Afghanistan is not just a women's issue. It's a human rights violation. For over 4 years now, Afghan girls have been banned from attending education, workplaces, and even public spaces. But through programs like this, we are reminding the world that Afghan women are still here, learning and growing, even when the world's attention shifts away. As Linda mentioned, I have recently launched a nonprofit, Zahra Inside Academy, dedicated to amplifying voices of Afghan girls through storytelling, education, and advocacy. Through our program, we're providing in-person classes in Kabul, Afghanistan, and we have around 80 students, and our classes are taught by dedicated local teachers and local partners who are brave enough to continue advocating for education and bringing the light of knowledge to our students. Today, I am very excited to announce that we are launching a new partnership with Global Collab's Afghanistan Hub to even further our impact Together, we'll connect more. Together, we will have more Afghan students to learn, to provide them education, and gain more global visibility. And to ensure that these young women not only have access to education, but also a platform to be seen and heard. Our message is simple. Afghan girls are not victims. They are change makers. And as long as we keep their voices and stories alive and give them access to education, we keep their futures alive too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miriam and Zara. Okay, so now we're switching back and we're asking Anushka, who heads our Hunger Hub, our teen ambassador from Maryland, to say a few words about all the resources that our teens create. Anushka?
Hello, I'm Anushka. So as you can see, we do a lot of different things at the collab, but with our teens, everything that they've created is amazing. At the collab, we work on innovative projects with various multimedia in a collaborative fashion. We have created podcasts, webinars, social media campaigns, and so much more. I'd like to highlight a few projects now. Our teen created yearbook, the impact report, and documentary. We can find a highlight of the projects in the impact report on your tables and also now on the front of our website as a flipbook. Here are the tangible collaborative products. The yearbook, which is this, and also the Amazon published book, which is the Teens Dream Global Collab. If you are interested, these will be placed on the tables outside. All our team-created resources are listed on our website under the Resources tab, and we hope you will encourage folks to look at it and discover more about our projects. We are proud of all of them, but most importantly, our team-created 20-minute documentary that has won 5 global film festivals and been shown to over 35,000 people globally. Isn't that amazing? You can download it for free from the website, so please watch and share it with others as it encourages youth to be change makers, following the journey of a teen who had previously never thought about these issues, but soon feels empowered to be the change he wants to see. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay, good. So as you see, all the teens are learning so much in all of these hubs. They've got, a lot of new skills. They're developing really important skills like advocacy, project management, leadership, and it shines through them. But that all kind of leads to an event we do every year. We take a group of teens to New York City to join the UN's high-level political forum. This is where the member states come and assess their, progress on the goals each year. And there are very few teens in these rooms. Well, the first year I went, there were no other teens in the rooms. And we had a group of maybe 12 to 15 kids there. And it was so amazing to see them raise their hand, ask questions, and kind of bring these forward-leaning questions to world leaders, really, and international experts. So that's amazing. There are basically oh, sorry, I lost my spot here. But it brings them to the table in a way that is kind of unexpected, because Global Collab really just opens the doors for them to go into any of these topic areas related to any of the UN goals. So I think we have a video here from Caitlin Power, who's one of our amazing teens who came last year, and she put together a video on her.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Power. I'm a 16-year-old from Colorado, and I was a team delegate at the UN's high-level political forum. As team delegates at the Global Collab, we got to attend side events on the SDGs we care about. So I got to attend a lot about gender equality, like this one, for example, which is about gender-based violence. We got to speak at our own side events where we presented the work of the Global Collab, and I also have to give a huge shout out to Baron, who presented in English, which was her second language, and also ran our meeting with the Turkish Consul General. We did a lot of networking, which was amazing because we got to meet some incredible people like Sima Bahaus, who's the executive director of UN Women. As a teen very passionate about gender equality for all, I loved the SDG 5 and interlinkages with other SDGs meeting, where I got to be an alternate speaker. Our hostel was absolutely gorgeous, and it was such a nice place to crash after our busy days. Despite the small hiccup of when we got caught in a flash flood, CVS had our backs and we had to run in these plastic bags to get back to our hostel. We even got to do a little bit of sightseeing where we saw the floating islands, Central Park, Chelsea Market, and Washington Square Park, which was so fun to see. I'm so grateful for such an amazing experience and the opportunity to amplify youth voices. So thank you, Global Collab.
Being part of the sorry. Being part of the Global Collab Teen Delegation for the 2025 United Nations High-Level Political Forum has been one of the most thought-provoking experiences in my life. During my time there, I met other teens that shared similar passions as me, networked with delegates from all over the world, and attended numerous side meetings on the importance of sustainability on Earth. One of my favorite events at the HLPF was a climate change action side meeting where the panelists talked about reusing materials to transform them into blankets to help people in need and improve their well-being. This talk provoked me to think about ways the Mental Health Hub could collaborate with other hubs in areas where our missions intersect. We also had the amazing opportunity to meet the Turkish Consulate General for the United Nations and share a mission with him. It was so wonderful to hear that he was so supportive of us and invited us to the Turkish house next year. Overall, this trip is a reminder that each of us individually can be change makers and further the progress of the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
I also had the opportunity to attend the 2025 HLPF as a teen ambassador. Not only did I shadow international leaders, network with other aspiring youth with similar interests as me, and observe live discussion panels that reflect on countries' local challenges while outlining future action plans, I was also able to actively contribute to forums, discussing my personal local efforts in reducing food insecurity through the Ellicott City Community Garden. One of the most impactful events to me was the Reimagining the Future of Women in Agri-Food Systems side meeting. Hearing global changemakers discuss empowering women in agriculture directly reinforced the Zero Hunger Hub's mission and showed me how interconnected our work truly is. It was inspiring to see how targeted action in one area can create ripple effects across multiple sustainable development goals. This experience reinforced that meaningful change happens when we bridge the gap between local action and global dialogue, and that each of us has a vital role to play in achieving the SDGs. Personally, what began as individual effort with my research transformed into community action through gardens and further into advocacy at the United Nations headquarters. Thank you.
Greetings to the Global Collab Network. It's wonderful that you're meeting today in Washington, and I'm very sorry that I can't be there with you. Over the past 10 years, I've been very impressed to see the excellent work that the Global Collab has done to bring together young people and teenagers around the Sustainable Development Goals. As one of the organizing partners of the NGO Major Group, I've been able to work with you to bring many of those young voices into the high-level political forum, the HLPF, that meets at the UN in New York. And I've been really impressed over the years to see the quality and the integrity of the people that have come forward to speak and the way that you've worked together to demonstrate the future that we all need. We're facing tough times around the world, and multilateralism is facing significant threats, significant challenges. And that's why it's more important than ever that young people such as you can come together, can identify constructive solutions, can identify ways to work in solidarity together with others across the world. And I think it's so important that you continue this excellent work. And I really look forward to meeting many more of your groups coming to the UN. You are the future for your own country, and together with others, you can represent the future for the world that we all want. Thank you for your work, and all the best.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nancy Donaldson. I got to be present at the beginning of the creation of the collab. And so I'm pretty proud right now. Aren't you pretty proud of this? Well, how many people have had a teenager in their house at some point in their lives? Okay, quite a few adults and of course the teens. So I just want to say, people think, oh, teenagers, do they know anything? They're just starting to grow up. Can they do something? And I just want to share with you that there have been studies done, and one was by the State Department. And I'll never forget when the spokesperson came to Model UN, and she said, I'm not speaking loud enough. She said, young people, human beings, decide that they're going to be leaders when they're 12, 13, or 14. That's the formative time for people deciding they want to take leadership and do something. So if you are wondering, why are you even focusing on teens? Just take that in, okay? So I was an official at the UN. I also was a co-director of a program to teach grad students how to prepare to go into the UN, the place where everything that's hard in the world lands on their footsteps. And I just want to say, I'm so excited to see you guys because these teens are going to be future leaders. And for me, since the world is really a tough place for me and everyone else I know right now, I want to say thank you, Linda. Thank you, all of the CoLab hub leaders for working on this because you're building our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne, Aman, Anushka, Ollie, and Nancy. Thank you so much. So we are, I think, pretty much on time. Before we get to a really fun table talk opportunity where you're going to talk among your table for just 8 minutes, and then we'll have the reception after that. But before we get to that, I have 2 awards that I'm going to make. Two awards. Every year we have this fall celebration where we honor the winners of our video contest. We usually do it online. It's the first time we've had an in-person since before COVID. But ever since my father passed away, I created an award in his honor. So it's called the Lynn Staley Mentor Award. And we give this to a mentor every year. And he was a pediatric orthopedist, and he mentored many doctors globally. And so I do this in his honor, and to all the mentors out there. I know there are many of you here, and I'm looking at a number of them. So I want to announce this award to a very special mentor. All our mentors are special, but this year we're going to announce it to Vicki Crockett. Come up here, Vicki. Vicki is surprised. She had no idea.
You are so wrong for that.
Vicki's been staying at my house the last 24 hours, along with 4 others that are in town from all over the world. So Vicki, we are so grateful to you and all the mentors for your amazing dedication to our hubs. We try to have in each hub an adult mentor. And I'm going to ask those in the room that have been mentors. I know we've got Julie, Christy, raise your hands, you guys. Anybody that's a mentor or has been a mentor. Please, I see way back Maya and Jessica, and we have many online, but we are always looking for mentors. And Vicki is very special. She's an education teacher in Atlanta, and she travels the world focused on helping to build global education curriculum and approaches. And she's really got an amazing personality. The kids all love her. I know there's a lot of teens online that are all wanting to talk about you. Unfortunately, we don't have time. We could spend a whole part of the agenda talking about how great you are, but I'm going to just give you this really simple little
I can. I left this one.
So I was shocked and partially speechless, and that's very difficult to do for a teacher of 26 years, because if you don't have words teaching teenagers today, you are lost. But I am honored to be a part of this work. I am overwhelmed by how phenomenal every young person that is a part of this collab have stepped up and demonstrated their commitment to creating a better world now and tomorrow. I honor Linda for her dedication and her tireless work for this organization, and for all of my fellow mentors here and all of you who have joined us. Thank you so much for being a part of creating a world where we can all be excited to have our children and our grandchildren live in. Without your generosity, we would not be able to continue to do the work. And so we honor all of you. Thank you for being here.
Okay, finally, we've never given out an award to a teen like this. I was reflecting on one of all of our teens are unbelievable. We really just have magical young people that engage with us. But there's one in particular that has really stood out over the last number of years. And she came to us when she was 14 from North Carolina. And she found us, I think, on the internet or through she comes from a military family. And her name is Carolina Jones. And Carolina was with us all through high school for 5 years. She joined and immediately said, I want to be your social media intern. So for 5 years, she interned for the collab as doing all our social media and reporting to the board twice a year on our social media work, and just amazing work. And then she took over the leading our climate hub as our teen ambassador of the climate hub. And she did remarkable things as a leader for a good 3 years, including many of our teens created virtual reality rooms to educate. And she created one that was a virtual reality movie night where kids would go in as avatars to this VR room and watch a movie together on sustainability and then talk about it as avatars in that VR room. It was very cool. Anyways, Carolina has done so many things with us. She's always raising her hand. She's been a judge of our video competitions for 4 years. And then when we needed a teen to lead our documentary that took us a year to create, she and Haley were the two teens leading our documentary. And that, again, took a full year of her work. So I am just so proud of you, Carolina. You're going to hopefully listen to this. And we have a video of her accepting this award, which I want to share with you now. So
thank you so much for this incredible recognition. I'm so grateful for all of my time with the collab, and this award means so much to me. The collab has been a huge part of my life for 5 years, and I wouldn't be where I am today without it. The collab inspired me to take action for climate change and empowered me to recognize my voice as a teenager. I gained so much from my time with the collab. Starting as an 8th grader, I gained project management, time management, and public speaking skills. I really was able to develop as a leader, and I made so many friends in the Climate Hub. I love taking on a larger role as a social media intern and being able to interact with all the hubs, because the work that the collab does is so inspiring and empowering, and it made me happy to be able to participate in all aspects of it. Throughout high school, the collab was a constant in my life, and the friends I made in the Climate Hub, I still remain in contact with. I know that my work with the collab and the recommendation Linda wrote for me helped me get into my dream school, Caltech, and I'm so grateful for how it's impacted my life. I'm now studying mechanical engineering, hoping to work in renewable energy because of the way the collab shaped my career goals. It's hard to put into words what the collab has meant to me, but if you know any teen who's looking for something to take a step out and become a change maker, I cannot recommend the Global Collab Network enough. You won't regret it. So thank you to everyone who makes the collab possible and to every member in the collab. You guys really made a difference in my life, and you're making a difference in the world. Thank you.
thank you, Carolina. And I'm excited to report that Carolina accepted today our offer for her to become our new board member. So Charisse, can you raise your hand? Charisse is one of our board members, and I mentioned you earlier, that's been with us from the very beginning with her daughter Asia, who's here, who helped us launch everything. And so we're in good hands, Charisse. Just wanted you to know, because Charisse needs to step down along with John, and we're just grateful to both of them. So thank you very much. Okay, now on to the fun part. We really want you to get to know the people at your tables. So we're going to do a very simple table talk, and I'm going to ask Arush to come up and lead it. And then we will have a break after that, a very short 8 minutes for you guys to talk. We'll come back. He'll explain it. Okay.
Thank you, Linda. She pretty much summed it up. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful time, and I'm sure you've heard plenty from us, but we want to hear plenty from you. So essentially what's going to happen is you guys are going to have 8 minutes, and we direly need your input to discuss among yourselves. Look to the person on your left and right, and discuss among yourselves the question that we have on the board. Having heard what the CoLab has accomplished over the last 10 years, what is most important for the CoLab to do in the future? You'll have 8 minutes. We will have a loud bell to signal when those 8 minutes are up. And yeah, we will ask you guys to nominate a table secretary to, sort of keep track of the response and represent, do what we did at the HLPF, represent and share your thoughts for each table. So 8 minutes will begin very shortly, and go ahead, discuss among yourselves.
I'll just mention.
Sure.
Sorry, Rush. I'm mentioning that each table will get a piece of paper and a pencil. So find somebody at your table that will do the reporting back to the full group.
Yep. Okay. 1 minute left. All right, guys. All right, guys. Let's quickly let's move on to some presentations. Everyone in your table, please nominate someone to speak on behalf of your table. We can allow maybe a little bit. Maybe we can allow 2 people if we need. Okay, okay. All right. Just take a moment. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the table closest to me just because, you guys are right here. And we'll sort of go around. So mics will be handed to you. Yeah, let's begin. Table 2.
Hi, I'm David. We are the old people's table. We didn't have we didn't have any teens at our table, so take that into account. So we just kind of popcorned off each other in terms of coming up with different ideas. Obviously with the challenges in our country, the idea of democracy and peace and conflict, and SDG 16 was something that we think the collab should continue working on. There was quite a bit of discussion about working locally, that some of the local projects have seemed so impactful, and it's a way for teens to engage in their own communities as well as trying to engage internationally. One of the exciting things about the collab has been having teens work with teens from other countries and around the globe. So keeping that emphasis up about our interconnectedness seemed to be really important. One idea that came up was about how AI is affecting everyone around the globe internationally and how it'll affect their future. So that's something that maybe could be thought about, and how social media rams things down all of our throats, but including teens in particular, and whether the collab could be somehow a spokesperson, spokes youth for how social media should be responsibly used. One of our comments was about how they were struck about how Carolina was, is now going into STEM and is going to Caltech, which of course is such an amazing institution, and that finding ways to keep that momentum going is great. And finally, and this sort of relates back to what I was saying about AI and social media, there was some thought that there's so many amazing things that the collab is doing. I know I'm way over time. The collab is doing, and how do we get it more out there? How do we get more social media views? How do we get more impressions from people? It deserves more attention. Maybe there's a way. People were excited about this new shorter format video competition, and maybe work with a social media professional to help build that up. Anything else that you guys want to add? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So thank you, table 2, starting us off very, very strong. Let's see if every other table can bring the heat. Let's go to table 1, all the way there. Can we get our speaker?
All right, I'll try and keep it short. Linda says so. I'm Brian Davis, and in our table also thought that AI was something that could be an opportunity for the youth to address. There's a number of different things that youth could focus on in that area, whether it be environmental or responsible use of AI. Our youth are going to be living with it for the rest of their lives, and so they're the persons that are responsible really to ensure that it's implemented correctly and that we are thoughtful about it. Another topic that we thought would be helpful for the youth to take over would be focusing on ensuring that youth as they grow up have those essential skills, those soft skills, sharing, collaborating. Obviously, that's in spades here at the Global Collab. Everybody seems to be very collaborative, but I think continuing to expand that, amplifying the classroom and teacher engagement. We thought there was a lot of opportunity in that space for building out that connection with the collab and different teachers around the country and around the world. Continuity and funding was something. This is such a great program. Everything that we've seen here is so amazing that we'd like to see this continue. And we recognize that this falls on a few people to kind of continue this. So finding a way to empower the organization to continue on into future generations. And then reactivating youth engagement. We feel like with the pandemic, a lot of things have been lost, and the youth are really the kids are our future. You guys are who we're looking to create the world that maybe we as older folks didn't quite achieve, but we're trying to achieve. And so that was, reactivating youth engagement. And okay.
Thank you. Give it up. Give it up. Thank you, table.
Arush, David, and Brian, thank you so much. Can the rest of you do one sentence, because we might.
Yeah, we need a thesis. Yeah, we need a thesis statement. Okay. I'll take the next table right there. Yes.
Hi, it's Sophia again. Okay. I'll just say the little points. So which countries has the collab not really engaged with? Find more anchor institutions. What are we doing about language barrier? Engage more young adults, like age demographics, and then case studies of people who went who already graduated or are away from teen stream, basically.
The table over there. Yes.
So at our table, we talked about how we want to engage more with teens across the US. So then they can help. At our table, we talked about how we want to engage more with teens across the US and let them know about the opportunities they have to help out at the collab, because if they help out in their communities, then it'll make a bigger impact. And we could reach them through school clubs, and through classes, through social media. And me and Anushka are in the Zero Hunger Hub. So we also talked about networking more with organizations and communities like farmers, to kind of be the bridge between the community and then people who are more knowledgeable about things like that will help limit food waste, so then they can help the community become more knowledgeable about that. And we also talked about gathering more resources and funds to start initiatives like community gardens that the Zero Hunger Hub does.
Thank you. Thank you. The table behind them. The table behind you guys. So yes.
My name is Gersh, and I just want to clarify that the reason I'm here is that I always do what Linda tells me to do. So my favorite question is always, so what? So what? What's the impact? I'm just overwhelmed with the incredible thing that has been created here and has gone on for so many years, and bringing up, lifting up young leaders and helping people to be leaders. But then my question is, leading what? Where do they lead? Most people lead and accomplish things through some kind of institution. Okay, so one suggestion was guiding people into certain kinds of professions, helping them learn how to build institutions and to work in institutions. Internships is a very, very important thing, and we've heard about internships in Global Collab. Well, it might be great if Global Collab could have some agency in helping people find internships in international institutions or national. One of the things we worry about a lot in this country is who the heck is going to go into public service in the future, okay? And here are the people. Here are the people who are committed to making the world a better place. So how do we make that linkage? And also training and advocacy is another part of impact. The young people and the other people, but the young people who have spoken here are incredibly articulate. But they're preaching to the choir. Okay, how do we get them to be able to make an impact on people who aren't part of the choir, but we want to be part of the choir? And then finally, another idea, because I mean, we have this wonderful presentation from the ladies from Afghanistan, promoting multi-country projects, because these are, you know, sustainable development goals that were developed by the United Nations. And so it would be great to see more cross-national participation. I know that that's a challenge.
Thank you very much. The table. Yeah, sure. The table, Sibel, do you want to take the one?
Okay, so I'm Sibel. I'm one of the ambassadors of the Climate Hub, and our table talked about a lot of things. We were saying that we love what the CoLab is doing and accomplishing right now, but we said we would love for it to continue to grow. And then we talked about how can it continue to go and how can we get it to continue expanding its impact. So I'll kind of list off the points that we made. Funding, and we also talked about like the Afghanistan hub and the impact that that had. So more global members. And then also like kind of connecting to that is like more local efforts, because in the past few years, we've kind of had less like in-person efforts. So the local efforts could help that to increase. And then another idea we had was different contests. And then continuing along the lines of like, how do we continue to grow? Well, outreach. So alumni networks, and then we can also talk about how the skills that you gain in the CoLab can continue into your profession in the future, and also kind of focusing more on outreach to schools, and social media was also a big point that we made. So yeah.
Well, wonderful. Could we pass to table 7? I'm excited for this one. My dad's in the table.
Excellent. It's a little jam-packed here, but I'll get through this quickly. We had 2 main sections that we talked about: social media, both in terms of outreach as well as fighting misinformation. And the second one was collaborate between hubs, whether that was picking a theme that all the hubs interpret based on their individual lens, using more creativity across the hubs, especially to reach new audiences, really focusing on building local communities as well as an international audience. And lastly, really familiarizing participants with what the organization can do as a whole, as opposed to having different hubs that kind of do their own thing. So on to the next one.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'll be speaking. Oh, sorry. I'll be speaking for table 8. So we also were really working on how we can grow the participation of the Global Collab and kind of sustain new members in the hubs. And we primarily talked about how we can connect with schools, whether that be through developing curriculums through the either programs such as like an IB program, and also connecting with maybe counselors and other students who need service hours, because this is a great opportunity to gain lots of hours. Yeah, we also want to try to collaborate maybe with Model UN groups, because our work aligns so closely with Model UN and just the global and international stage. And also, what's this? Identifying other teen leaders, possibly like Malala, and kind of basing it off kind of regional leaders that have really shaped the youth perspective in the global stage.
Thank you, Serena. Yeah, just pass it to the table behind. Yes.
Hi, my name is Rizwana from the Health Equity Hub. So basically we talked about mental health and like the pros and cons to it and or no, not the pros and cons to social media and how it affects mental health. So we talked about the positives of social media and how like it allows students or just people to connect with others, which, you know, helps with people's mental health. While there is also bullying in social media and how people might feel excluded. And also, it's really addicting, causing people to, you know, procrastinating, you know, with school, which ends up leading to stress. So, we just talked about like the pros and cons to social media and its impact on mental health. And we also talked about hunger and how, with the Hunger Hub and how they're trying to go into zero hunger and we wanted to focus on like the systematic issues within communities and how it causes hunger. So not just like ways that addresses hunger in communities, but also why is it happening? Where's all this like money in governments going towards, you know, rather than focusing on solely on other issues, maybe also using some money um to address hunger in communities. And yeah, we basically talked about just the root causes for a lot of these issues within health equity, hunger, and also we talked about connecting and collaborating with other organizations. So yeah.
Thank you, Rosanna. Is there one more? Yes.
So we at Table 10 want to make sure that we have the greatest total impact, and we had this in two basically different sections. One, which is increasing publicity and awareness through social media and celebrity endorsements, as well as school-based connections, career connections, for opportunities for teens to showcase skills in leaderships and networking. That will make our impact greater over the larger course and impact more people. We will impact people on a greater scale individually through building collaborative opportunities with other between sponsors, hubs, and each other hubs, etc.
Okay. Yep. Thank you, everyone. These were all wonderful responses, and I really encourage this dialogue, and these discussions are very important. Now, very quickly, we're going to share some closing reflections, but before that, I just want to say the collab is in dire need of people that are older, maybe former alumni, or even those that can offer a mentorship role for mentoring teens, and for many other roles in the collab. So please, if you're ever interested, reach out to Linda, and I'm sure she'll assist you in that. Now, finally, we're going to share some closing reflections from the late Jane Goodall, passed away very recently. She was one of the most visionary leaders working on behalf of our wonderful planet and the Earth. And then she'll share some former reflections through a video. And then our former board member, Equality Hub mentor, and all-around collab longtime friend, Julie Murphy, will help wrap this up. So enjoy a short video. Thank you.
In the place where I am now, I look back over my life. I look back at the world I've left behind. What message do I want to leave? I want to make sure that you all understand that each and every one of you has a role to play. You may not know it, you may not find it, but your life matters, and you are here for a reason. And I just hope that that reason will become apparent as you live through your life. I want you to know that whether or not you find that role that you're supposed to play, your life does matter, and that every single day you live, you make a difference in the world, and you get to choose the difference that you make. I want you to understand that we are part of the natural world, and even today, where the planet is dark, there still is hope. Don't lose hope. If you lose hope, you become apathetic and do nothing. And if you want to save what is still beautiful in this world, if you want to save the planet for the future generations, your grandchildren, their grandchildren, then think about the actions you take each day, because multiplied a million, a billion times, even small actions will make for great change.
So it turns out that Jane Goodall knew a little bit about humans in addition to primates. She clearly embodied a sense of purpose and a seemingly unwavering optimism about our planet, which is kind of remarkable. And this video was made after she died, for us to see after she had died. And that legacy is part of what the collab is all about. The Global Collab has kept this North Star for itself from the very beginning. That sense of purpose and wide-eyed hope. We, all of us, can play a role in alleviating suffering and promoting abundance, according to the collab. And guess who's led the way? Our youth. From Malala to Greta Thunberg, from climate change to gun violence, from those very first Teen Dream videos 10 years ago to the incredible display of talent and strength and passion that we've all seen today. It turns out that given a platform, a little bit of money, some committed mentors, we can all see that this generation is more than up to the task. I read an article last week about the key to happiness, which is in short supply for many in this world today. And the article asks a simple question: what is the world missing? What's the world missing? And then it turns out that once we ask ourselves that question and we try to figure out what lights us up in terms of what is the world missing, that is the key to happiness. That. Asking ourselves, what is the world missing? And then saying, what can I do that lights me up? And that's the brilliance of the collab. It was always that way. When Linda started this, that was always the vision. It was always her vision that young people have so much to offer, but they need to be asked, what lights you up? What is the world missing? And I think we can see today that that light is shining. It's not always visible. It's hard to find sometimes. But I believe, and I think everybody else in this room can see, that those constellations of hope from around the world are what's going to make for real and sustainable change. So I want to raise a glass to the collab, and especially to Linda Staley for 10 years of remarkable work. And if you love this work, we hope you'll look at the QR code on your program and help connect us with donors and funders and help us grow this, as we've just discussed, over the next 10, 20 years. But here's a glass to 10 years. Congratulations.
Which is something fire.
It's not.
Well, it is. They get out that's why I get that 10 things and go read that to them. Sounds recreating. So I decided I'm gonna be part of that. So they do sense play.
That was fun, right?
This is a bit of science. I'm gonna dig into this and I can't go down. So that those are the things that I like doing the regular things a little more like I was really tired. And everything came tumbling down. I just needed to go.